Welcome to News Channel Nebraska. It's Sunday, May 7th. I'm Peyton Thomas. Thanks for joining us. Upcoming on this news hour of NCN. From North Platte to Norfolk and back down to Omaha, much of Nebraska experienced more weekend thunderstorms overnight. Plus, people who live at a lake community in central Nebraska are cleaning up after a tornado tracked through the area on Friday night. But first, let's head over to the AccuWeather Forecast Center for a look at this weekend's weather report. Welcome back to News Channel Nebraska. We'll start off this news hour with top stories from around the region. A man was shot and killed overnight in downtown Omaha. Police were called to the scene shortly after 1 a.m. on Sunday and found a 23-year-old man with a gunshot wound. He was later identified as Gom Gut and died at Nebraska Medicine. Witnesses told officers there was a physical altercation with a large group of people prior to the shooting. Police detained a female suspect, Kalani Jones, who was booked for second-degree murder and use of a weapon to commit a felony. The investigation is ongoing. Crews at a Kearney elementary school are making repairs after the school was damaged in a storm. Officials posted photos to the Park Elementary Facebook page showing considerable damage done to the school by Friday night's storm. The post says the Buildings and Grounds team has been working on the cleanup process. The photos show brick that was knocked over on the building's roof. Some of the bricks appear to have caused damage to the piping for the building's HVAC system. Photos also show damage to the interior of the building. Ceiling tiles were damaged and trash cans were set up around the building underneath the missing tiles. Officials have announced that a man who was injured in an officer-involved shooting in Lincoln on May 1st has died. Chase Abney, a 35-year-old from New York, passed away from his injuries on May 1st. Authorities were investigating a motel room when they left for a parking lot on 28th Street. The shooting occurred near the intersection of Northwest 27th and West O Streets. Abney reportedly refused to comply with demands and pointed a 9mm pistol at officers. An autopsy is scheduled for May 8th at the Douglas County Medical Center in Omaha. Both officers involved in the shooting have been placed on leave while the investigation continues. A deputy with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office was thanked Thursday from a man whose life he saved. Shortly after 5 a.m. on April 16th, David Sanderson had suffered a fall and was unresponsive. When found, CPR was started by a bystander. Deputy Joshua Kingswood with the Lancaster Sheriff's Office was first on the scene, taking over CPR. Kingswood continued to provide life-saving measures until Hickman Fire and Rescue took over. Sanderson was revived and transported to a local hospital. And as you can see here, it seems everyone was happy with the outcome. One of Nebraska's most prominent progressive lawmakers is leaving the Democratic Party. Megan Hunt has changed her party registration from Democrat to nonpartisan. Hunt, along with State Senator Michaela Cavanaugh, has drawn national attention this year for standing against restrictions on abortion and transgender care. Hunt made the switch late last month, but she said it's not a rebuke of local party leaders. She said she identifies as a, quote, leftist, and she says much of her work has grown incompatible with the current stances of the Democratic Party. For Hastings area nonprofits, there's no sound sweeter than the ringing of a gong. When that happened on Thursday, it meant Give Hastings Day just reached another $25,000 milestone. That happened often, on the way to raising a record amount of $953,000. The 24-hour Day of Giving was organized by the Hastings Community Foundation and Executive Director Dan Peters. People were encouraged to donate to their local favorite nonprofits or choose to divide their donation among all 108 participating charities.
These aren't dollars going out to national organizations. These are dollars being spent on your friends and neighbors, your next door neighbor, right here in Hastings and throughout Adams County.
It was the 10th year for Give Hastings Day. To honor the milestone, organizers pushed participation in a community mural. The Hastings Community Foundation also gave out a $10,000 endowment prize to a lucky nonprofit. Thanks for watching NCN. Sports highlights are next. Welcome back to News Channel Nebraska. Here's top plays from Northeast Community College's pair of wins in Saturday's doubleheader versus Iowa Western.
Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Northeast Hawks and the Iowa Western Reavers. It was a day of offense. After taking the game 1 of the doubleheader 10-9, Northeast got back to work quickly in the bottom of the first with an RBI single there. Derek Woolwine bringing home Cade Grevengode. Then with a 2-0 lead in the top of the second, a Brady Small fly ball deep into center was tracked down by Grayson Hedrick. How about that? Robbing Small of a home run in the top of the second. But it wasn't the only great defensive play In the bottom half of the inning, a diving grab out in center by Easton Maines. How about that? So the center fielders trading punches there with good defensive plays. That was going to end up on the highlight reel. And then Iowa Western got to work. A 5-run top of the third inning that put the Reavers back in front 5-2. But after that, Northeast never looked back. Here's the second half of the rally from Iowa Western in the top of the third inning. A 2 RBI base hit there. In the bottom of the third, Northeast didn't take long to get back out in front. It was a 5-run bottom of the third inning. A lot of control issues up on the mound, and Northeast bats all the way around. 7 players get hits in that inning, and Northeast retakes the lead at 8-5. And really, after that, Northeast just was staying in control. We moved to the bottom of the 6th inning. This gave Northeast another insurance run at 10-7. RBI base hit there. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Hawks continue to build on their lead. Another 2 RBI base hit there, and after that, it was a strong relief performance from Gage Ingram, who wrapped up the last 2 innings with some scoreless pitching, and the Hawks emerge victorious on top of Iowa Western, taking Game 1 10-9 and Game 2 12-7.
Thanks for tuning into News Channel Nebraska. Once again, I'm Peyton Thomas. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.